Hey everyone, this is WobblyWallaby. My friend Alexodus has continued to inspire me with his Sunlight's Palace of Ghosts runs in Ragnarok Mobile Eternal Love. Currently his run is at 13.2 seconds. He's a Sunlight expert and has helped me immensely, and I'll put a link to his run in the description. Previously I was clearing Palace of Ghosts with Sunlight in about 30 seconds, which I wasn't happy with. Thankfully, Alexodus helped me optimize my build and I've been studying his runs a ton. Now in today's video, I'll show you the mistakes I made and how fixing these mistakes allowed me to clear Palace of Ghosts in 18.4 seconds. I'll show you the run, then provide step-by-step commentary on the run, show my setup, and let you know the mistakes to avoid if you want to clear Palace of Ghosts quickly. First, here's a run with my Sunlight. Sunlight is taking chunks off Kain. Then Sunlight crashed to put him into phase 2. I used Sunlight Blessing to avoid dying. Then once Kain's shield is down, I burst him down. I now show it took 18.4 seconds. Next, here's the step-by-step commentary. I'll show the prep work as well, as it's very important. First, I cast Sunlight Blessing to get me to 200 solar power. Then I eat my Lucky Alloy. Then I cast Sunlight Grace, which is currently set to water. Next, I cast Solar Flame Shower. Then I cast Sunlight Ritual for the skill damage boost. Then I wait. Now, why am I waiting? And this is mistake number 1, not waiting for Solar Flame Shower to charge. Solar Flame Shower's damage increases each second it is active. It will consume solar power, but not at a rate that you have to attack the boss right away. Now in this run that took 27 seconds, I ran towards Kain right after casting Solar Flame Shower. Therefore it hasn't charged up damage yet. My damage is low and I can't burst down Kain anywhere near the speed of Alexodus. It makes an enormous difference. As a result, I can't pop Scorching Realm until his shield is active, and then the initial stage is too slow. So let's go back to my fast run. Here I let it charge. I let it charge long enough that my solar power is at 177, and by the time I get to Kain it's around 150 or so. It has been charging for 13 seconds before approaching Kain, so try to charge it as much as you can beforehand. But you don't want to go in so late that it ends up having no solar power. Next, Alexodus shared how he uses speeding up in his shadow equipment. Speeding up gives you 100% more movement speed for 5 seconds. This allows you to get to the boss faster and also take advantage of the Undying Sun Rune. For every 10% movement speed, it can give up to 2% more Path of the Sun damage. And that leads to the next mistake. Mistake number 2 is underutilizing the power of the Undying Sun Rune. I can confirm that my plus 10 Fox Teeth at 30% progress does more damage than using a plus 15 Cat Paw at 60% progress at level 2, so this was a great optimization tip from Alexodus. Those 5 seconds makes an enormous difference. Next, when Kain comes into my Solar Flame Shower radius, about 14 seconds has passed since I charged my Solar Flame Shower. The damage is in the millions and is significantly higher than before. Since I do much more damage now, I can cast Scorching Realm early. Now is mistake number 3, mistiming Scorching Realm. In Alexodus' video, he activates Scorching Realm right away, but he can burst down Kain fast enough so that 12 seconds of Scorching Realm and 5 seconds of Sunlight Blessing to extend it is enough to take down Kain. Now for me, after lots of testing, I can't activate it right away. I have to activate it a few seconds into attacking Kain, and this testing has to be done on your own. If you cast Scorching Realm earlier, you need to have the burst to take down Kain. Otherwise you'll be unable to attack for 3 seconds and you have no solar power, and then the run is over. Now if you're weaker, definitely cast Scorching Realm later on in your run, as you want to have enough burst to take him down. With Scorching Realm active, I do some crazy damage. For example, I get 51.5 million on Alex. He goes into his shield phase quickly. Now I cast Sunlight Blessing to ensure I don't die. Now Scorching Realm is active, so my solar power won't drain. If you didn't activate Scorching Realm, your solar power will drop dramatically if you don't use Sunlight Blessing during this time, so make sure you protect your solar power during this time. Now his shield goes down, then I go back to bursting him down. I'm just on full auto. Luckily you hit him fast enough that he never casts any fire underneath your feet, so you don't need to dodge. Kain goes down and I show it took 18.4 seconds, which is a new record for myself. Next I'll show my build and discuss my next mistake. Mistake number 4 is too much of one damage modifier. Besides beat meals, rapid attack alloy, and ice alloys, one big change was the foods. Previously I was using Satisfied Feast for more penetration percentage, but Sunlight already has too much penetration percentage with her skills. So instead, I use Original Wheel Ice Cream for damaged MVP and minis that yielded better damage for me. Now, Exam Beast did a similar test in PSR with Sunlight in the unofficial Ragnarok mobile community Discord channel. For Exam Beast, damaged MVP foods was better than the penetration food and move speed food, so this is something for you to test out as well. Next, I now use Dragon Blood Armor for the physical damage increase instead of Other Shore Patrol. The elemental damage is nice in Other Shore Patrol and I use it a lot in other classes, but for Sunlight she has enough already, especially with the bestowed Radiance Rune, Guild Blessing, and Water accessories. Dragonbone Shield Armor with the damage to large monsters plus 20% was superior and the recommended one to use. And that's the same with face as well. I swapped out Winter Crown, which I previously used for skill damage, with the Cute Blower for damaged MVP and mini monsters. I also removed Mouthful of Bliss for the skill damage and replaced it with Ocean's Attachment for damaged MVP and mini monsters. Previously I had too much skill damage, especially since Scorching Realm gives 50% skill damage increase, which is a ton if you already have nearly 50% skill damage increase without it. Next, here's my gear overview that was most optimal for me. It has water accessories, lots of physical damage increase, and damaged MVP and mini monsters gear. Next, here's my shadow equipment. The Fox Teeth gives speeding up, and the Fire Era Seed is the best in slot for PvE since it converts the target to demi-human. Next, here are my attributes. I maxed Dex since the Mind Vision passive skill gives you more attack and hit based on Dex. Then I maxed Strength for more damage. Then balanced out attributes to hit 119 for the Bile Baphomet card. Then Rest into Int for the Zenobia card for skill damage increase. Next for stats I have 55,000 attack. Next for attributes they're all at 119 or above for the Bile Baphomet card. Then I have 195.7% penetration. It's so high due to the solar power stacks, which is why you don't need to overinvest in penetration percentage gear. Next I have 42.9% skill damage. With Scorching Realm it goes up to 92.9%, which is enough skill damage to invest in damaged MVP and mini monsters instead. Next I have 251.5% damage, 135.8% physical damage increase, 200% ignore defense, which is needed for PvE instances, %16% physical piercing strike, 161% water damage, 94.5% damage to demi-human, which is why Fire Era Seed is so strong since it temporarily converts the target to demi-human, 76% damage to large monsters, and 21.5% water piercing strike. Next are my advanced runes. I had upgraded by Undying Star Rune since it gives great Path of the Sun damage per 10% movement speed. I also upgraded the bestowed Radiance Rune. The extra elemental damage is huge. For the rest of the runes I didn't get a chance to really upgrade them, but I will prioritize the Solar Breakthrough Rune, which is the next rune I want to upgrade, but it's very expensive. Next are attribute runes. The yellow ones to get 18% damage to all races is the highest priority. Next for Arcane Runes, I used the Spirit Rune for SP, and people have tested that Bloody Rune and Transmission Runes sadly don't work for Sunlight, leaving very little to choose from. Next the White Blade Rune for extra damage to a single target, and the War Preparedness Rune for the shield. Next here's my placement for everything. Next here's my Adventure Handbook. I have 171% deposit and 3,833 attack. I had made these optimizations without touching my handbook, so boosting Sunlight damage isn't all about spending money on 1% deposits, It's more about timing than anything. Next, here are my skills. Please note, turn off sunlight protection, don't let the solar power get drained to protect you. On manual I have Sunlight Grace, I've set it to water versus Kain since he's weak to water, and always cast this before a battle. Next is Sunlight Ritual, great for damage to monsters. Next is Solar Flame Shower, make sure you charge this before fighting your target to get more damage over time, but be careful, it will drain your solar power so you need to manage it. Next is Sunlight's Blessing, against Kain most importantly you need to extend the Scorching Realm when he's in his shield. Next is Scorching Realm, your burst skill but only lasts 12 seconds, and 5 seconds extra with Sunlight Blessing. Timing is very account specific and will take lots and lots of practice. Next is Speeding Up, which comes from the Fox Teeth for the 100% movement speed for 5 seconds. It allows you to get a Kain faster and benefits the Undying Sun Rune. Next for auto I have Path of the Sun, then Sunlight Crash, then the optional Kingdom Sword. You can use this if you have Freya's Wings or the Lex Wings to trigger the Lex. Some people choose not to use this, so it's up to you. Finally, for skill inheritance, I use the penetration percentage one just because that's the only generic one I have. Next for memory equipment, the most impactful ones is the final damage increase that's caused by the Ignore defense. I have 3 of them. For the attack lines, it's a mixture of Ignore defense 2% and also attack percentage 2% as well. Well, that's all. I wish you the best of luck speedrunning Palace of Ghosts with Sunlight. She's a class which I love to play due to her depth and insane damage potential. Also, thanks again to Alexodus for the help. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a video that I recommend, and if you want more Sunlight guides, check out this playlist over here.